our topic is quick revision, motion in a straight line, part 3. We are going to do problems regarding the motion of bodies under uniform acceleration. Here there are two types of motion under uniform acceleration. One is horizontal motion and the second one is motion under gravity. Vertical motion. Vertical motion means this is a motion under gravity. So first, in this video, let us do problems on this one, horizontal motion. So no influence of gravitational force of earth in this case, but here the bodies move under the influence of gravitational force of earth. So let us do problems on horizontal motion in this video. In next video, I will give problems on vertical motion. In these problems, to solve these problems, what are the kinematic equations we are going to use? S equal to ut plus half at square. So we are going to use these equations for bodies moving under constant acceleration. So use these equations. Let us do first one. How to solve these problems? You know, previously for bodies moving with uniform velocity, there we have these quantities S, V and T. S for distance or displacement, V for speed or velocity and T for time. And here some more quantities are added here. One is the displacement as usual as previously. Velocity terms, there are two terms U and V. Okay, initial velocity and final velocity. Okay, they come under V category only. This is displacement category, V category, and this is one more physical quantity. This is the acceleration, time as usual. So how many physical quantities do we come across here? S, V, A and T. So previously only S, V and T. So one more quantity we got here. So previously as we did problems, now read out the question carefully, take the given data, be aware of the quantity to be found, make equations, simply solving the problem. The question is, a boy is moving with a constant velocity 12 meters per second. See, what type of motion is it? Uniform motion. Uniform motion means what? Uniform motion means moving with a constant velocity. When he is 32 meters behind a cyclist, the cyclist starts from rest. Cyclist starts from rest. And moves under constant acceleration 2 meters per second square. Here two bodies are there. One is boy, another one is cyclist. See, while boy is having a constant velocity, that is boy's motion is uniform motion and cyclist's motion is accelerated, uniformly accelerated motion. So two motions are there in this problem here. So a mixture of uniform motion as well as accelerated motion. That's why here problems on uniform acceleration are little complicated when compared to problems on uniform motion. Why? Because here there is a mixture of uniform motion as well as uniform accelerated motion. But there we cannot consider acceleration, no? Right. So how to solve this one? Draw this diagram first. What are the given quantities? Given boy V equal to 12 meters per second constant velocity. Distance, he is 32 meters behind the cyclist when cyclist starts. And what about cyclist? Initial velocity U equal to 0 and acceleration is 2 meters per second square. Okay, time equal to how much? To find what we have to find? T equal to how much? What is this time? After how much time the boy meets the cyclist? So let us take this one. Let us draw the diagram. What shall we do? Let us draw the diagram. Okay, initially let us consider 2 points here. Initial position of boy and cyclist. So why I am taking 3 points here? Initially boy is at this place at A he is behind 32 meters. Sorry, he is 32 meters behind the cyclist. Cyclist is at position B. Cyclist is at position B, boy is at position A. Distance between them is 32 meters. Here boy is in motion. When boy is at this position A, what is his velocity? Velocity of boy, he is moving with how much velocity? 12 meters per second. Then what about cyclist at this position? U equal to 0. Okay, and what is his acceleration? A equal to 2 meter per second square. So we have taken this data here. Let us suppose that, see, initially cyclist is at rest, boy is running from somewhere else. When he reaches this position A, cyclist is just starting his journey, means take his initial velocity u as 0. Now what happens? He is accelerating, so we gave his acceleration here. So boy is moving with a constant velocity of 12 meter per second only. He is moving like this, Cyclist just started. Cyclist is accelerating. At one stage, boy meets the cyclist. So what happens? Let us suppose that this distance is some d. Let the distance be some d. Now what shall we do? And how much time, after how much time boy meets the cyclist? See, both are boy's initial point is A, cyclist initial point is B. Both of them are starting the journey simultaneously. Starting means because boy's initial point is here, no? When the cyclist reaches point C from point B, let he takes time t seconds. In how much time this boy has to reach this point C? In that same time t seconds he has to reach. So time taken for this boy to reach that point C is also t seconds only. See, here we have taken this data clearly. So now diagram part is over. Now what shall we do? Let us make mathematical equations to solve them. Because we have to find t, we have to make some mathematical equations. Let us do. Motion of boy. What type of motion? Uniform motion. So what is the equation we can use? S equal to Vt. So use that one. What is the total distance he is traveling from A to C? What is total distance? 32 plus d equal to, what is his velocity? 12 into total time is t seconds. See, we made one equation regarding boy. And next one, motion of cyclist. What type of motion? This is the uniform acceleration. Motion of cyclist is uniform acceleration. So what are the equations we can use for this one? For this one, this equation S equal to Vt. For this one, S equal to Vt plus half Vt square, so on, those kinematic equations. Now, so we have to find, so how to choose the equation? What we have to find here? We have to find t. So t is one dominating term, right? And what else we have to, what else is given here? Distance, what is there? No? We are using distance here. 32 meters is known, d we have assumed. So distance, that is S, C equal to ut plus half at square. What is S here? What is the distance traveled by the cyclist? Just d. So d equal to, what is u? 0 plus half into, what is a? 2 into, what is t square. So this implies d equal to t square. This is equation 2. Equations solving 1 and 2, we get, in the place of d, let us put this one. This is 32 plus d equal to t square. T square is equal to 12t. This implies t square minus 12t plus 32 equal to 0. So this implies we want root t equal to minus b, that is plus 12 minus b plus or minus root of b square. minus 12 whole square b minus b square plus 4ac. 4a is 1, c is 32 by 2a, that is 2. Root 16 whole by 2, this is equal to 12 plus or minus 4 by 2. So t equal to how much? 12 plus 4, 16 by 2, that is 8 seconds, or 12 minus 4, that is 8 by 2, that is equal to 4 seconds. See next question, question number 2. A car accelerates from rest. At a constant rate alpha for some time, after which it decelerates at a constant rate beta to come to rest. If the total time lapse is t seconds, evaluate the maximum velocity reached and the total distance traveled. So let us check this one. So what are given? Two cars are there. A car accelerates from rest at a constant rate alpha for some time, after which it decelerates at a constant rate. Okay. So what is initial velocity? U equal to 0. What is the final velocity? V equal to 0. That is at the end of the motion velocity, V equal to 0. Okay. Starting from rest and coming to rest. What is its acceleration? It is having constant acceleration alpha for some time, and deceleration a equal to minus beta. For acceleration it is plus alpha, and for deceleration it is minus beta. Okay. So total time of journey is t seconds. Total time of journey is t seconds. Okay. This is the given data. So what we have to find here? What we have to find? The maximum velocity reached. Let us suppose that V suffix m is how much? And second question is, what is total distance? S equal to how much? Let us find. So simply draw the diagram here. So how many parts are there? So let us consider this starting point. Let this be the ending point. So here let this is some point in the journey. So let us suppose that the car is starting from this point A. So its initial velocity u equal to 0. Finally it is coming to rest at B. Let us suppose here velocity is 0. From A to C, let us suppose the car is accelerating from A to C, and from C to B it is decelerating. So what is acceleration here? A equal to alpha. Here what is the deceleration? A equal to minus beta, A equal to minus beta. So we have taken this data. No? So what is total time of journey? T seconds for this total journey. What else is there? So nothing. Everything we have taken here. Right. Now what we have to find? So here at this point C, what is the velocity at this point C? What is velocity at this point C? Here Vm. This is equal to how much? So the quantity which we have to find, let me write in red ink. So this is Vm. This is equal to how much? And one more thing is, what is the total distance? S equal to how much? If you do a problem systematically, nothing to worry. See, we have taken given quantities, we are clear what we have to find, we have taken this diagram. Now let us solve this. Now what is our next step? Making equations. Let us make equations. We should get answer in terms of alpha, beta, comma t. You should be clear regarding that one. So while solving equations, you should see that those quantities are retained in the equations, and while other quantities, they should be removed. Okay. So first let us make use of these equations here, kinematic equations. So here this entire motion, it is having only uniform acceleration. So there is no uniform motion is not there. From A to C it is acceleration, from C to B it is deceleration. So let us consider A to C part of journey. So we have to involve this t also, no? So let us use what is the equation? V equal to u plus at. What is V? Let us write here. Vm equal to what is u? A to C, no? A is initial point, C is final point. At A, what is velocity here? 0. Plus what is acceleration? Alpha. What is time here? We don't know time. Let us choose. This is some t1. Time is t1. This is one equation. So let us take this one as the t2. This part as t2. Let us make one more equation. From C to B, let us make another equation. Using same equation, basic equation is same. V equal to U plus AT is the basic kinematic equation we are using here. So in the place of V what? 0. In the place of U what? Vm. Plus what is the acceleration? This is minus beta. What is time here? t2. So now 1 implies t1 equal to how much? Vm by alpha. And 2 implies what is t2? t2 equal to sending this one Vm by beta. And we know that t1 plus t2 equal to total time t. This implies what is t1? Vm by alpha plus what is t2? Vm by beta is equal to t. So solving this, Vm into 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta equal to t. This implies Vm into, so what is this? Alpha plus beta taking LCM, this is equal to t. So this implies Vm equal to alpha beta by alpha plus beta into t seconds. See what I told you? Answer must be present in given quantities. So what are given quantities? Alpha is given quantity, beta is given quantity, time t is given quantity. See, we got answer in given quantities only. That's what I'm saying, right? Okay, now we have to find total displacement. Find what is total displacement here. So what shall we do? Let us consider A to B part of journey. So let us imagine, let us assume this part of journey distance is s1, this part of journey distance is s2. So you can find s1 separately, you can find s2 separately, and add both of them, you will get total distance. It's very simple. So first choose this one. Which equation shall we take? Quantities to be found. So s is crucial here. I told you how to choose an equation. Depends on quantity to be found, that one decides, and another one is given quantities. So we are using s here. So do you know time? Yes, we know time here. Okay, we got previously time, so we can use that one also. So you can use s equal to ut plus half at square. So s equal to ut plus half at square. So s1 equal to what is u? 0 plus half alpha, what is t? t1 square. So this is equal to half alpha. What is t1? Vm by alpha whole square. So this is equal to how much? Alpha cancels. So this is equal to half Vm square by alpha. And similarly for S2, let us consider B to C part of journey from for S2. Equation S equal to ut plus half at square. Let us use the same equation. What is S here? S2 is equal to what is u? U is Vm. Otherwise you can do one thing. Instead of complicating, if you write Vm here, you have to write again those values, so it will be complicated, no? Just you can reverse it. If from B to C it is a deceleration, from C to B it will be acceleration, and at one end point velocity is 0, then what happens? We can use ut will become 0 then, so we can take not from B to C, let us take it from C to B, then apply this equation from C to B. Now C is initial point and B is final point, so velocity at initial point is 0 and our velocity at final point is Vm here. So what is displacement? S2 equal to what is u? 0 plus half, now it is acceleration, no, right, plus beta only, not minus beta, and this is how much time? This is t2 square. Okay, so now this is equal to half beta, what is t2? Vm by beta whole square. So this is equal to half Vm square by beta. So this is S2. So what is the total displacement? S equal to S1 plus S2 is equal to how much? Half Vm square by alpha plus half Vm square by beta. So this is equal alpha plus beta by alpha beta into Vm square by 2. How simple it is. Okay, in this way we can solve problems very easily, right?